Dan Farova, a Refugio native, joined the Houston Astros team earlier this year as a quality control coach. Back in his days at Refugio, Farova and his team won the regionals his sophomore, junior, and senior years. Back in the 70s, they didn't have any state tournaments for 2A schools, so that's as far as they could have gone. During his senior year, he got to play in the Astrodome for the North versus South Texas All-Star game. Farova played in the majors for 2 seasons. He was actually drafted by the Seattle Mariners in 1980, a team that Astros just had a 3-game series with. Farova joins Astros manager Dusty Baker yet again. They both were former staff members for the Washington Nationals. Baker served as the manager for the Nats, and Farova was the bullpen coach for 2 seasons. Prior to that, Farova spent almost 2 decades as a manager himself in the Mexican League, where he led them to 3 championships with the Mexico City Tigres.
I had a lot of help, the coaching staff and the players. We had good players. They did a great job, and very fortunate to be able to win 3 there. And it's just a great feeling, you know, something that like I say, you'll never forget in your life.
Manager Dusty Baker went to Mexico in 2015 during an instructional league for some young Mexican League ball players, and that's where Baker noticed Farova and asked the GM if he can take Farova with him. Farova joined Baker's national staff in 2016. From the moment he saw coaches and players wearing their World Series rings, that became his goal to have one himself.
They usually bring these commentators in, ex-baseball players, and they usually have their World Series ring on. And I would watch that and I would say, man, that's just bragging rights right there, man. How nice would it be to have one of those rings?
He got hired as a quality control coach who helps the players with information, analytics, and pitching tips. Right now, Farova is mainly coaching first base. He studies the starting pitchers and relievers on the other team to give tips to his base runners to be aware if the pitcher is throwing over to first base so they won't get picked off. From a small town of Refugio and humble beginnings, Farova worked his way to the biggest stage. That goes to show that anything is possible. He hopes to continue his career with the Astros and eventually get a World Series ring himself so he can show it to others. With 25 Sports Now, I'm Tanya Chalikian.